to play in the third. Fun game here in the Twin Cities. Look at the moves by Edwards. Swashbuckling and Anthony Edwards skies. Are you kidding me, man? Edwards, yes sir! He's here, ladies and gentlemen.
There's some ball players right there, Mitchie. You got some ball players, Mitchie.
Yes, sir, man. The Minnesota Timberwolves come out with another victory. This is the 7th win in the row for the Minnesota Timberwolves. What's up, guys? I'm Evan here. I'm with the Daily Wolves. This is the Daily Wolves Courtside. We come post-game to every single game. We're going to be recording a live podcast right now. And then on top of that, we're going to be recording a podcast later with Andrew, Wolves writer for Zone Coverage, later tonight. Look for that episode dropping tomorrow where we're going to dive into it a little bit deeper than what we're doing right now. But I'm going to run solo right now and kind of just dive into it, give you guys like a quick, 5 to 10 minutes of your thoughts. If you have any comments, if anything you want to share, comment, and we'll put it on the screen as kind of we go. I can see anything you guys post. So let's kind of get into it, man, because 7 wins in a row. The Minnesota Timberwolves are absolutely rolling. These guys, they come out, they fight. We've seen it multiple times this year where they've came back in the fourth quarter in multiple games. Tonight, another comeback. They had a horrible third quarter, then they come out in the fourth quarter, outscore them 40-24 against the Orlando Magic, who are a good defensive team. And Donte DiVincenzo after the game on Wolves radio has come out and said the Timberwolves, they heard the noise, guys. They heard the noise, the doubts, what people were saying about the team, and them too. He quoted and said, being out, him and Julius, they got to analyze everything, hear the noise, but see what they needed to come in and do. And you look at them coming back and the way that the Timberwolves have come out and they're starting to roll right now at the right time. It's fun to see, man, as a Timberwolves fan. It's fun for every single buddy in here. We're at 170 people coming in. Good to see Timberwolves fans coming out. Okay, Emma's in here. Emma, what's up? How you doing? But yeah, man. Let's kind of go into it because I thought, first of all, Julius Randle, a 22-point game tonight, just 7 rebounds, 5 assists, an incredible game, an all-NBA performance. In the first half alone, he had 17 points, 4 assists, 4 rebounds for Julius Randle. What more can you say about this guy? He's coming out every single night, proving people wrong, proving me wrong, proving our show wrong, and we owe every single apology possible to Julius Randle because he's playing at that type of level. I think he's been electric. He's been a game changer on both sides of the ball right now, and he looks like he's starting to gel right. In the first half alone, Anthony Edwards had 15 points. Julius Randle had 17 points in the first half, and those two really carried and kept Minnesota in the game. They look like definitive stars on the team. You can tell the pecking order of the Minnesota Timberwolves. Shout out, Steve. We got you in here with the W on the screen here. Shout out to you, Steve. Everyone is popping in here with the comments. I love it. I absolutely love it, man. But yeah, Jaden McDaniels tonight and Naz Reid, slower games for sure. We needed them to kind of be there earlier in the game. They weren't there, but obviously you have Randle coming in, Randle coming in, Anthony Edwards coming in the early game, keeping the Wolves really in it. I thought Donte was huge the entire game. I thought both sides of the ball, Donte DiVincenzo was incredible. Donte, obviously, ever since he's came back, we can't speak enough about Rated R Regu on our show. 14 points for Donte, 5 assists, 3 rebounds. I think now we're starting to, it's become normal where Donte is getting that like weird block every single game where you just can't believe a guard at his size is getting that. He hustles. He's a dog. We love Donte in Minnesota, and he's under a controllable contract. That's one of the better contracts in the NBA for the next coming years. Yeah, man, Anthony Edwards starts the game off 17 points, kind of hot. Quiets off later in the game, but still ends with 28 points, passes his season average, 5 assists, 4 rebounds tonight for the Timberwolves. So I thought he didn't force anything. We didn't see the typical hero ball all the time from Anthony, and that's big, man, because sometimes you used to see that in the beginning of the year. You'd see it with him. You'd see it with Julius Randle, and now we're not seeing it as much. It just seems like different, man. The vibe seems different. Everything seems different with the team. So I don't know where they're going to go from here, but I'm proud of them, man. I'm proud to see where they're becoming because Yeah, they're starting to really get it. We got Steve also saying Jaden is a demon tonight, demon in general, I guess. Honestly, I thought tonight Jaden was a little bit quiet. He ended the game with those couple big plays, but Jaden McDaniels has been stepping up of late. He's proving why we believe he's going to be a star, upside caliber player. He's an all NBA defender, averaging now about 17, 18 points a game, 8 rebounds. So he's really stepping up and he's starting to come into his own, which is going to be incredibly huge if the Timberwolves do make the playoffs here. I think he could have a really big series, man. Mariah, we have an all yes, we do owe him an apology, man. She's going off Julius Randle. We love this. We love this, man. I cried tonight too. I sat there. I was at Headfire Brewing tonight. Shout out to Headfire Brewing for those who come out. I was there tonight. If you don't know, we do watch parties for the Minnesota Timberwolves at Headfire Brewing in Northeast Minneapolis every single week, every Friday for the month of March. We're going to be at Headfire Brewing. Actually, next Friday, we have our own beer releasing, a Timberwolves themed beer. Ant's Secret Stuff is dropping Friday at Headfire Brewing. So you definitely should pop out next week for the beer release party. Hang out with us. We're going to be doing a live show over with the Daily Wolves. You can watch our live podcast there and just hang out and eat good food, drink good beer, and watch the Minnesota Timberwolves take on the Pelicans Friday night. I mean, come out, bring your dog, bring your family. It don't matter. They're family friendly. So pop out for sure. Let's see what else we got for the comments here when we're putting out for the live. Let's see. Okay, yeah. We got some stuff about Gobert. I thought Rudy Gobert had a really good game, actually. I thought Rudy Gobert was involved early. I'd posted about it. I thought they got him involved, the Timberwolves. And when Rudy Gobert gets involved, it feels like Rudy Gobert starts to have confidence. He plays good on both ends of the floor. And I think Gobert wants to be included so much. You can always see him calling for the ball under the hoop. But they got him involved tonight. He had that massive dunk, that lob dunk to him, that one-hander. That was a huge dunk. But Gobert looked like he was involved, and you can see it in his body language and how he plays and how much it lifts the team when Rudy Gobert is playing at a higher level. So, shout out to that. Mike Conley as well tonight. Mike Conley had a good game as well. The Timberwolves seem like they're finding the perfect balance of minutes to play Mike Conley. He obviously struggled this year, but what you're seeing right now of Chris Finch, you got to give Finch credit because Mike Conley is starting to be played at the perfect times. They're not playing him too many minutes. He's an older guy. As we know, he's been battling injuries, and now it seems like they're conscious about when to play Mike Conley. And I don't know about you guys, but when Mike Conley's been playing recently, he's looked young again. He has pep in his step. He's playing defense. We're seeing him hit threes. He has the floater coming back to his game. He's even driving to the hoop, sometimes making layups. Mike looks a lot more explosive, and he has that first step that we saw last year, kind of. So it's going to be interesting to see kind of like where the Timberwolves go. They have tons of games left. I think 6 of the next 7 games are at home. So tonight was another home win. So they have a lot of games that they could be winning. Opponents coming up that aren't necessarily the best opponents or trying to necessarily win in the NBA. They have one of the easiest schedules in the NBA. The Lakers tonight, I don't know what the score is currently, but the Lakers, they're playing tonight without Luka Doncic. They're playing tonight without LeBron James against the Denver Nuggets. If they were to lose, they're only at 40 wins. They're not really that much ahead of the Timberwolves. Minnesota could catch LA. They could catch a team like Memphis. They could catch a team like the Houston Rockets. Obviously, Golden State being neck and neck with us right now, but Golden State's schedule's not the easiest schedule. So any of these teams, Minnesota could potentially pass here coming up. It's going to be a bloodbath coming down in the West right now. So it's honestly it's fun, man. It's fun to be a fan of a team that's kind of going in there and really surprising us all at the right time, but gelling at the right time. I think that's the word I would use, just gelling, believing in each other, proving us wrong as doubters in the Karl-Anthony Towns trade. Obviously, Tim Conley and the coaching staff proving us wrong too. I think a lot of people felt some type of way about that for sure. But now the Cat trade doesn't look as bad because you have that Detroit pick, which I don't think anyone thought was going to convey this year, but Detroit's been absolutely balling. So the Wolves are going to have a first-round pick via that Detroit pick coming in here that they got out of the Karl-Anthony Towns trade. They're also going to have Dante, controllable contract going forward, who's been playing phenomenal. Randall is playing really good right now, and he's a playmaker, averaging all these assists. So it'll be definitely fun to see kind of where it goes, how New York does in the playoffs, how Minnesota does, how the narratives change between the Karl-Anthony Towns trade. We've already seen it on ESPN with Big Perk saying he's regretted saying that trade was the worst trade in NBA history. And he put the Minnesota Timberwolves ahead of the Golden State Warriors right now. So Honestly, they're a scary team. If you go look right now and you go on YouTube today and you search in the last 24 hours and search the Minnesota Timberwolves, I guarantee you're going to see Jeff Teague's podcast, the 520 podcast. You're going to see other podcasts talking about the Timberwolves. I think Kevin O'Connor had had the Timberwolves on today as well, talking about the Timberwolves coming up, how they're a dark horse team. They're gelling at the right time. All these podcasts right now are starting to catch on to the Minnesota Timberwolves. So I feel like sell the optimism. Let's just go with it, honestly, and kind of go from there, man. But yeah, I appreciate having you guys on. We're going to wrap it up here in a second before we go. We are obviously the Daily Wolves courtside. You can find us on Apple and Spotify. You can see it scrolling in the bottom of the screen there. But yeah, if you search the Daily Wolves on Spotify or Apple, subscribe to our podcast. We would greatly appreciate it. That'd be sick, man. We're also partnering with Better, the best sports betting app out there. You can search BETR Better on your app store today. Put in that promo code you see on the screen, the Daily SPN. We're hooking you guys up with a $200 deposit match by just using that promo code, the Daily SPN. Start betting today because you can legally bet in the state of Minnesota with Better, the best sports betting app out there, man. We're also partnered with SeatGeek. Man, that's the best place I would go if I was going to get tickets to a game, if I want to go to the next Timberwolves game or go to a concert coming in town. SeatGeek is your best place to get tickets. You can use our promo code, the Daily Wolves, all one word, on SeatGeek and get $20 off your next SeatGeek purchase, man. Shout out to you guys for joining in. We love everyone that's participated in the comments. We're going to be dropping a podcast later tonight. I'll record it. It's going to be out tomorrow. And then, we're the Daily Wolves courtside, so check us out. You can follow us on different social media platforms. Peace out, guys. I appreciate you all joining and listening to my solo rant.